All right, this E46 is taking too long, so I'm gonna start bundling videos together. It's just gonna be major works, part 1, part 2, part 3 kind of thing. And we're gonna have an aim for the day and see what we can get done, because obviously we're getting close. You would have seen the last video, which itemizes everything we need to do. So in today's video, our attempt is going to be fuel lines, intercooler back on, and then the whole front back on. And by whole front back on, I mean headlights plugged in, I mean radiator hosed up to the most we can, intercooler on, connected to the plenum, everything, everywhere that we can. Now, for my fuel lines, I'm pretty sure, oh no, sweet, I didn't change it. I thought that I changed one of the lines to a new vacuum line, which wouldn't have been fuel rated, but I didn't change it, so that's great. So what we need to do is, yeah, what I just said. So let's jump in and let's start with the fuel lines. All right, so the fuel lines are actually fairly basic. I don't know if you can see, but right down there is a bulb, and then that goes to, where are you? That thread down there just under the little, the pressure fitting. So that's the feed, and then the return is actually that hose right there, and it needs to go to this. Now, I was actually going to run a new one, but I can literally cut that and just make that fit. So I'm going to do that. I think this swivels, so if that swivels, I can get it to kind of shoot back and do a bit of a loop into there, so that'll be mint. Then it's just clamps. All right, step 1's done. So you can see that hose down there. That is a push on. I'm not going to push it on all the way, obviously, because I'm going to actually warm it up a little bit, get it over that flaring, and put the hose clamp on the other side, and then I just need to bolt on the banjo fitting and obviously O-ring, so on and so forth. Get that in there, so that's good. And then obviously this side, little cut, little push on, done. Needs a hose clamp, sorted. So that is easy. Fuel lines essentially 90% done, so that's great. Now let's go through and start plugging in all of this. So we need to run this across the top. You would have seen we've got our new radiator in. This needs to come across the top, as far as I know, down and in place, and that doesn't go there. Let's plug in a whole bunch of stuff, boys. All right, we're all plugged in back there. I do have to cut and extend this, but I'm waiting for some plugs, because yes, as much as I could just cut that solder to a longer piece, I'll explain why in a minute. Sorry about my finger on the camera, but if I do it like I want to do it, it'll come to here, like I'll probably cut it there, right, to put a plug, and then run a long piece, put a plug, and then I'm going to run the cable all the way up under here to that, because the motor is under there, and this is what that's for, washer bottle, right? So I've actually popped off the hose the other way, so that was the T and that was an elbow, if you can imagine. Squirter, you know, they went that way. I have done the opposite, I'm bringing it this way, so I need to tuck that in here, drop the hose down the corner and under there, and the cable needs to come around the front, because if I put the cable around the back, it's going to hang over the turbo and the exhaust, and I don't like that, so I'm not going to do that. But it does mean that I need to wait for the plugs, so I will do that piece later on. But for now, let's bolt this front end back on. We need to find the 6 bolts or nuts that hold this on, and then we can probably look at putting the intercooler on. So radiator hoses are essentially done. I just need my overflow, which my mate has. The bottom port was like a 4mm port, but we need it as a 16mm port, just like that, and then we'll just join that up. Intercooler pipe comes up here, as you all know, because you watched that video and you liked it and you commented and you subscribed, like you're going to subscribe right now, because I don't know why, but people aren't hitting sub. Maybe you don't like my videos, and that's cool. I don't like you don't have to like my videos. Like, everyone has their own preference. But people do keep hitting me up being like, dude, why are your views and subs so low? Like, your videos are good, which I really appreciate. So thank you everyone that's saying that. I do apologize for my hair right now, but thanks for, you know, giving me the pat on the back that I need to keep going, because this is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Building this car is fun, but doing the YouTube side of things, it's difficult to a degree, because obviously you got to do videos, you got to edit, you got to record what you do, and you can't just get stuck in and do it, right? I don't have a cameraman, I don't have an editor, I do have a, you know, baby now, so it all is a little bit more difficult. I'm not trying to bitch, I'm just trying to give you a view of what it's like for me. I'm not going to stop, because I do enjoy doing this, and I know some of you out there do enjoy the videos. So if you want to see this build keep going and so on and so forth, please like, please sub, and please jump in the comments and tell me what you like about it. But enough of that, let's get back in. So I'm going to put these 6 on, and then we can put the intercooler on. Let's do that. Now it's time for this bad boy to go back on. So as you can see, it's all together. I'm going to have to take, how did I get it in? I have to take that off and that section off, and then I can put it in. But this is the final install of this. So what I'm going to do is run some foam on the back of this, just back of this or on the front of that. What was I going to do? But in between this and the condenser, so that the air goes straight through this, through the condenser, it doesn't shoot out the side, do you know what I mean? So what I'll do is I'll run around the edge of this, right? And then I'll also do at the bottom of the condenser. So where this hits the condenser, it will seal. Yeah? Cool. Let me go get the foam. So you see what I mean there. So I've put foam just there, there, and up there. And from here, you can actually see it just at the bottom there. There's a big chunk of rubber on either side to make sure that the air goes through it and not to the side. So that's really good. I may even chuck a little bit in air just to make sure it's going through the radiator. But then I'm good to put the intercooler on. So, whew, let's do it. Alrighty, so as you can see, intercooler is on. All connected up here and there, so the two ends of this elbow connected up completely through there, all the way up and into the throttle body. And as you can see, tiny little gap right there. So fitment is perfect, very, very happy. That is going to be where the radiator hose sits. I've got to put a clamp on that, clamp on that, clamp on that. And clamp, 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 clamp. Right, now this piece here, a little bit too long. As I put it in this, it's like in this far, and it's in that far of the other coupler, and then it's pushing this one kind of like down. So not stoked with that, obviously. What I have to do is cut the other one down a little bit, re-bevel it so it's a bit less aggressive, because obviously when it's like that, it needs to go down. But if it was, you know, shorter, it would be kind of leaning back a bit. So a little bit too long, all good. I'm not gonna do that in this video. You've seen me how I do it. I'm gonna do it off camera. Next time you see it, it'll be in place, but we can do one other thing, and that is putting the transmission cooler on. So let's put that on. All right, I'm stoked. I'm really happy with the progress we have made today. Intercooler in, fuel line's almost completely done, transcooler in, front back on, headlights plugged back in, aux fan plugged back in. Going good, we're going good. That was a big chunk of things we needed to do, ticked off. So if you're as satisfied as me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with more work on this. You guys have probably noticed that I'm doing reaction videos every other week, and then the alternate weeks I'm doing my car stuff. Purely because they're fun videos, I think you guys enjoy them. Going by the amount that they get viewed, you guys are enjoying them just as much as my normal content. So, I'll see you guys on here 2 weeks. See you guys.